Coming up next, just because I can't wait anymore, I assumed this brother was retired. There were several people who said this to me in the audience that they assumed he was as well. I've seen some things online that have made me very interested in hearing what it is he has to say tonight. Me personally, I hope that he doesn't filter anything that he's been feeling, because I was
Yeah,
man. I was very, very intrigued by what I read online. So, you know, I'm hoping that he doesn't water down a single thing. So, without further ado, please welcome to the mic somebody who I'm happy to see back on the scene, Mr. Slangston Hughes.
Well, I do have a story to tell. I was thinking about two individuals who, in the last week or so, have been both mentioned in the same context a lot with each other. One living, another no longer living. And I was thinking about, I wrote one poem about one of them around this time last year, and then I wrote a poem around the subject of the other one in late October, very early November of 2008. And they very much correlate with each other. And I have for free, 99 and no cents, free copies of both of those poems for anyone who wants it. But disclaimer, it's a lot of reading. Like, those poems are very long. I'm only going to read excerpts from each one. And I was thinking about the first one a lot today because I was online reading for the second time the Wake Up issue of Escape the Matrix. And Wake Up is a theme that I am preoccupied with every single day, every single moment.
Right.
Even now, more than ever. Not just in my life, more than ever in time. I'm not even sure how to jump into it. I'll just say this. The reason they call it the American dream is because in order to have it, you have to be asleep. Deferred dreams, or soliloquy of a quiet nightmare. What happens to a dream deferred? Or even worse, a quiet nightmare disturbed. Awoken from within itself, silence broken, spoken like a gunshot quoted through the mouth of a sniper's barrel in Memphis. You see, the dream was murdered on a balcony in 1968, and it's my consensus that y'all niggas are still asleep. Contain your own slumber. I wonder what Martin would say today if he was still breathing. To bamboozled spooks, money scheming, and slaves masquerading as gangsters, American dreaming, trigger squeezing with their eyes wide shut. And if King was to come back right now, he'd probably say, fuck y'all niggas, and bounce to Canada like in that episode of the Boondocks. Because when dreams become deferred, they often turn into nightmares. And King's dream has long since festered and exploded into a living nightmare. Wake up. So listen to these words I speak, as truth shall leak through mental cracks, wiretaps, and hate speech. It gets deep like the remains of Babylonian streets dug from beneath. But you already know the nature of the beast, so peep. COINTELPRO, or rather the counterintelligence program, was created and initiated by the SOG, seat of government, aka J. Edgar Hoover and the FBI, in order to target and discredit black leaders amongst their own kind through the dissemination of incriminating misinformation and lies. Specifically targeted at the time were any potential black messiahs with the power to move minds, provoking black people to unify and electrify the militant black nationalist movement. So 4 particular individuals were identified: Malcolm, Elijah Stokely, and King. So they devised and applied pressure from all sides, and the instructions handed down on that day were simply that Nader isn't to leave Memphis alive. So the coalition was given orders to kill by the shadow government in which to bring about a murder in Memphis, take out the one coke named Zorro, and just in case put in place about 3 assassins to handle it, contracted mafia mercenaries in the bushes along with police with Memphis police in position, plus trained U.S. militia forces perched like birds of death on top of the penthouse across from it, with James Earl Ray as the unknown patsy, undisclosed in a separate location, set up perfectly to take the rap for the shit. Plus, I find it strange how when King was transferred to the Lauren Motel, he was unknowingly moved from the first to the second floor near the balcony at the last minute. Not to mention, all of his police protection was suspiciously removed on the very day of the incident. So now view the facts for yourself, because it's high time that we awake honestly, and when the shot rang out and fingers pointed, the direction was more like misdirection. Please don't believe the hype. There were 2 photographers on the roof of the fire station, and they filmed everything. There were still cameramen, and they filmed the balcony, the shot hitting Martin King, the parking lot, up into the bushes, and they got the sniper, just lowering his rifle. The man kneeling beside King seconds after the shot is named Merrill McCullough, a police informant / undercover CIA agent. A murderous mirage of so-called liberty, one nation under imperialism literally. From a fascist state of United States, this is not a debate. The matrix has now been erased to recreate your fake history. So while the mass media monster manages to manipulate minds at a miraculous rate, we as the human race continue to sleep late, dreaming. Content to exist inside a quiet nightmare of complacency and compromise. Open your eyes, open your mind, and you just might find something bigger than yourself. That's what King realized and visualized, the noble prize much greater than wealth, beyond material, but materialized through giving of self. But we can't see that vision because our eyes are shut or minds remain stuck in a state of unconsciousness, including confusion through unprogressive circular movements inside dreams. And to me, that's as useless and stupid as Hillary Clinton daring to quote King. Well, as for myself, I refuse to dream. That's right, I will not dream, because my 3 eyes are open and my mind is awake, spitting truth like thunder from my mouth, provoking earthquakes for heaven's sake. Because each verse I create is meant to make pens penetrate and demonstrate ways to innovate, the stats collaborate, even if I have to lyrically shake people awake. Because this is beyond 4 words and a holiday to commemorate, a dream that's deferred for our past its expiration date. Wake up, we have nothing to celebrate. It's like we live in the United States of amnesia. Stop dreaming. I mean, King must have been trapped in a dream in order to believe that true change was something we could actually achieve. Or maybe he was so far ahead of his time that even now we remain blind to the content of what his vision truly means, much deeper than race. The roots of these United States are drenched in blood, death, and greed, fueled by seeds of hate. But as long as you remain asleep, they will allow you to dream. BET, a dream. MTV, a dream. CNN, NBC, and Fox News all silently asleep. NAACP, you're dreaming. Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson, Colin Powell, Condoleezza, you're dreaming. Barack Obama, whatever, nigga, you're dreaming. Like the vivid daymares of a stillborn fetus trapped inside the womb of life whose mouth will never breathe the breath of reality. We walk silently, awake while dreaming. On April 4th, 1968, at 6:01 p.m. on a motel balcony in Memphis, Tennessee, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was murdered, assassinated by the same government that now commemorates him with a holiday. Dying along with him, his dreams. Yet no one woke up. No one picked the torch up. Like we all just closed our eyes and laid back in deep slumber, dreaming, waiting for Martin Luther King to come back. Well, almost every boulevard that bears his name is nearly as violent as Iraq. And 41 years after his death, we remain deferred by a dead dream that silently sleeps inside the comfortable confines of a quiet nightmare. Now, who's brave enough to wake up?